Okay, it says I'm live. I'm in Philadelphia, and the whole party's here at the Philadelphia Convention Center. Black Lives Matter's here. Black Lives Matter, ANTIFA, and Trump supporters. Lots of cops. So it's not huge. Maybe, I don't know. I'll let you see. We'll go around and I'll do a 360 and you can estimate. You can see better than I can because you're over my head. And you should be able to hear me on my earphones. I hope you can. Please share this out. And please definitely share it out. And I'll try to answer any comments that I can. It's mostly still very nice, mostly peaceful. I mean, I say mostly peaceful. I haven't seen any violence here since I've been here for about maybe an hour. But I did get word, this is important. You might want to mention this to your friends in Oregon and Washington. I just got very reliable word that violence is potential for violence tonight in Salem and Olympia and Portland. Tonight, potential is very high. And that's an extremely good source. So Portland, Salem, and Olympia tonight. Talking Oregon. But I'm in Philadelphia. I'm on the other side of the country. Philadelphia is basically the Portland on the East Coast. So I'll do another 360 and you can take an estimate of how many people are here. Please share this out. Because, you know, these platforms don't share my work. Let me try to take these comments. Oh, thank you. We appreciate that. I really appreciate it. Sounds like, I don't appreciate your coverage much. Sounds a bit stuff under the. Oh, maybe my earphones are not working. Maybe I need to be closer to the camera when I talk. So I just pulled it closer to me. I'm not using wired earphones. I was using these earbuds. Maybe they're not working. So tell me if the sound's better when I just pulled the camera closer to my mouth. Can I get a picture? I would expect sometime in 20. I think there's a lot of, the media was going on for a long time about whether or not. Let's see. It's cool. Let me see. It's cool. Can I hear you? You're interested. Let's see. They're interesting times. Yeah, they are interesting. So let me. Better now. Okay, so that means I need to be closer to the camera when I'm talking. I wanted to say I think first of all, the premature announcements by the media and Paris and others that they won are exactly what they were warning shouldn't be doing for obvious reasons. They wanted to be the first to come out and set the stage that they had won. They have not won. This is far from over. This is very far from over. So this is setting this emotional stage for massive disappointment, depending on how courts rule and some other things. Like states haven't certified key states, like here in Philadelphia. I mean, here in Pennsylvania. I mean, this is far, far from over. We're like in round 12 of a 15-round fight for the election. I mean, we're literally got several rounds to go, and they're like, we won. It's like, oh, hell no. Are you crazy? You didn't win. It's not even close. So, I mean, it's setting up for some very disappointment. They could win, but it's unknown at this point. So that's the mystery that nobody will know until January. And by the way, we're definitely being tailed 100%. And I don't use the word 100% lightly. Anyway, share this out, please, because none of the channels share out my work. In fact, I'm still blocked on Facebook. So I'm not going to live stream too long tonight because I'm just putting a target on my head insofar as, you know, people that will watch the live streams and find me. So here we are, though. You can see it's how many would you estimate that is? Here, I'll do another. I'll get to a better position so you can see a 360. We got 2 helicopters up. One's going overhead right now. Just went over right overhead, and then there's that one over there. So there's 2 helicopters. There's that one there, and then there's one that just literally flew right overhead, right over there. So that's at least 2 up. They must be expecting something when you got 2 helicopters up. That one's just kind of hovering over there. I don't know what he's hovering over. If he's standing back from us or whatever and watching us, or if he's watching us and something else. I have no idea. But I will say, share this out. I mean, the possibility for violence here is actually pretty serious. But that's a cute dog. Here, I would say there's maybe, I don't know, 300 or 400 people here now. But they're really setting up for a lot of, you know, anger and disappointment when they figure out that this is far, far from over. We're in round 12 of a 15-round fight, and Donald Trump still got his legs. Still got his legs under him. And far from beaten. This is an existential fight. This is like a Rocky fight right here. Somebody's going down. Somebody's going down hard. If Trump wins, there's a lot of people going to go down. If Trump loses, there's a lot of people going to go down. So it depends. If Biden wins, a lot of people are going down, including me probably, in some way or another. Yeah. You're welcome, Georgia. Whoa, cop just went right by me on his bicycle. Clever. Yeah, run me over. Yeah, I mean, if you look at the plan on how this unfolds, you see, this isn't all about this election. This is about undermining this is a color revolution, about destroying the United States, unraveling it from within. And the next phase of this operation is actual violence. This is actual. A lot of people don't get that this is not a bunch of coincidences. This is not a bunch of, you know, just, oh, you know, there's happens to be some corruption here and there. No, it's designed. For instance, when people are, you saw the man and woman, you know, pull the rifle and the pistol out of the house, you know, a few months ago, and then they got charged. Or the kid up in Kenosha who was, you know, clear self-defense, getting charged. You know, these are things that are made to, they're clearly being done to have us undermine the, you know, the credibility of the system, to have us not trust the system. And we don't trust it. We don't trust the voting. We don't trust the media. We don't trust social media. We don't trust tech giants. We don't trust the CDC. We don't trust the Public Health Service. We don't trust the Pentagon. We don't trust anybody anymore. And that's playing right into the hands of the color revolution. But the fact is, we don't. We really don't. And this is the sort of thing that can split the country apart at the seams. That's why I've been warning, and others have been warning, about potential civil war is extreme. I saw, you know, Scott Adams made one of his reports a couple days ago. He's super smart. I love to watch his show. But Scott Adams, you know, he's like, you know, he feels like, you know, there's not going to be any civil war. It feels, you know, it's like not going to be because most people don't want it to happen. Well, I'll tell you what, Scott, you do cartoons and influence, and you're very good. I really love your show. It's very smart, but you don't know much about war. And it doesn't matter if most people don't want it. It doesn't matter if even 3% of the people want it or less. You can have one. And guess what? You're invited, and you can't opt out unless you get on the airplane. Like I saw, you know, Dinesh D'Souza say recently, you know, talking about where he would go if the United States went into like a civil war situation. You know, it just tells me 100%, like Americans like me came back from overseas to help. You know, I didn't stay gone. I got on an airplane and came back. I'm not gonna run off, and I could just go live happily ever after in Thailand or someplace. You know, I love Thailand. Thailand's fantastic, but I'm not. It's not like, no way, dude. Americans will come back and help. All the people like Dinesh who came to make money and make fame and all that, it gets rough, he punches out, dude. It's American citizen as opposed to American. There's a difference between American citizen and American. It's like there's a difference between Japanese citizen and real Japanese. Real Japanese don't run away from Japan when they get in trouble. Real Thais don't run away from Thailand when they get in trouble. They go back and they help. Same with Hong Kongers. Look at Hong Kongers. When Hong Kongers got in trouble, what did the Hong Kongers do? A lot of Hong Kongers left and never returned. And then, then other Hong Kongers actually returned to Hong Kong to help fight. Now, at this point, it's probably better to get out and fight from Canada and other places. Yeah, it's on, man. We're finding out who's the true Americans and who's not. These people are going to be awful disappointed when they figure out on Monday that this is far from over. Please help me on Patreon and PayPal and all that. This is all supported by you, as it has been since 2005. All those years I spent in the wars and all that since then was all paid for by you and me. I paid a huge amount in every way. And so did the people that support me, which I incredibly appreciate. Very important. Anything goes. This is live, so I don't unscripted. Who knows what'll happen? Biden is totally compromised by China. This is unbelievable. It's not unbelievable. I mean, I've been warning about it for years, as have many others. It's believable by some of us. Compromised how? You're asking how Biden is compromised? You know, what's interesting is I've noticed if you'll ask Biden supporters, for instance, just about the laptop as an example, a lot of them really don't know much about it. They don't actually kind of realize what happened with Hunter Biden's laptop as an example. Some do, and others don't. They just don't realize it at all. or they ascribe it to, some another information operation. It's just incredibly compromised. We've known it for years, but we didn't know how. We weren't sure, and we still don't know the depth of it, but we've known it for years. I mean, I've said it many times, others have as well. We could just see it by the decisions and the things that he would say, that he was somehow compromised. We just didn't know how until that laptop came out. Yeah, that's right. They don't know what he's been doing the last 47 years in office. I tell you what, if this kicks off into a profound civil war, which it actually could do, we don't know. Nobody knows at this point. But if it does, there could be millions of people die in one way or another. It's unbelievable. We'll see. Be interesting to look back in a few years and see how this all looks then. It'll be interesting to see how this looks to everybody in even 4 years. It's funny, I used to rock climb listening to Rolling Stones. That's like when they just had Walkmen. They even parachuted one time listening to Rolling Stones. Bet it blew the earphones out of my ears. Yeah. I mean, I didn't lose them. They just parachuting out. You get a pretty serious wind blast there. Let me try to read some of these comments. What's that?
You're looking for communists?
What's that?
Is that what you said? You're looking for communists?
No, I said I'm looking for comments.
Okay, great.
Are you a communist?
Socialist.
Socialist. That's a communist to me. We're enemies. You and me are enemies. Yeah, big time. If you're a socialist, for sure. Big time. How many communist or socialist countries have you been to? Where? Latvia. We should know better in Latvia. Maybe a dozen. I lived in Poland. Your neighbor. Yeah. China. Yeah. Laos, Cambodia. Yeah. Myanmar, Nepal. What's that? Yeah, well, whatever. Just stay back away from me and you'll be fine. And you won't get any diseases, right? Going back to Latvia where you're welcome. Yeah. I didn't call you a fascist. Like I always said, I'm not a journalist.